Hello, and welcome to another episode by ES Repair. I am your host, MrFixit. In this video, I'm going to show the basics on getting around Windows 8. Now, there is Windows 8.1, which I will go to later on these videos. But first of all, look, for those of you who are using 8.0, I'm going to show you some of the basics on how to find things and how you can change some of the features. Now here, as you can see, when it comes up and starts, it displays the what I've seen some people call the screensaver. All it does is it just shows you the time and the date, as you see in the bottom left hand corner. And if you'll notice, there's two icons which tells you the power, and it tells you the Wi-Fi signal in the lower left hand corner. If you use a desktop, you shouldn't be seeing the power options because unless you have a battery backup or like you do in laptops, you have batteries. This computer here is a desktop, but I have it connected to a battery backup unit. And this is the front page when you first start Windows 8. When you click on it, it's going to bring you to this. Now this is your logon page. Down here in the bottom left hand corner you have the narrator. If you click on it, you can have it read the screen to you. This is for people who are blind or have a hard seeing stuff, especially when Windows 8 in high definition. It does have a lot of small print. You also have the power button over here. If you click on it, you can choose sleep, shut down, or restart. So let me go ahead and put a password in. Now, if you put the wrong password in, like I showed you when you're setting up the Windows 8, it will come up to this and let you know that your password was incorrect. Try again. Now, let me advise you, because I've been seeing a lot of this happening. Instances like you'll see the numlock key, and let me see if I can get my keyboard here so I can show you. Here you have the numlock key here, somewhere on the board or on the keyboard on the wireless connection. You'll see a light that comes on. People's been typing in passwords that have numbers in them, and what happens is Windows 8, when it boots, the numlock key is turned off by default. Earlier versions it was on by default. Now it's off. So when you start your computer, if your password does have numbers in it, make sure that your numlock key is on. Now when you set your password for your user account, make sure you know exactly what you're typing, and if you're using numbers, make sure that numlock key is on. Now let me click OK. Now what you'll notice is, as I showed you in setup, when I showed a video earlier about showing how to set up Windows 8 for the first time, it asks you to set a password hint to help you remember how to what your password would be. Now as you can see here, I used a password hint 123. So let me go ahead and enter my password. Now it does provide you an option to reset your password. I will show you how to do that in another video. Here my computer comes up to the desktop. Now yours may come up to the start screen, which I'll show you here in a moment. Let me get my mouse. And now some of your computers will come up to this, which is the start page. And up here you'll see your username. If you click on it, you can choose to change your account picture. You can lock it. which all it does is pretty much signing out or lock your computer to where you have to enter your password to regain access to your computer, or you can sign out. Now, over here on the left, you'll see your tiles. Each one of them is labeled as to what they do. This, of course, is your email. You have your people. You have messaging. You have weather. You have your desktop. Now, some of these it's hard to see, but your desktop tile will always be the background of the desktop. For instance, let me click on it and show you. Here, the background is a field of roses. Well, if you go back, you'll see my desktop's right here. This is the tile in the bottom left-hand corner. You also have some travel tiles. There's all kinds of tiles. Now, one of the other cool things about this is you can rearrange these tiles. For instance, I can click on this, hold the left key down on the mouse, and I can drag it. I can drag it over here if I want. I can drag my email over here if I want. This is one of the neat things. I mean, it's just like tablets and smartphones. You can move your icons or tiles anywhere you want. Now I can click on that and still, I can still move them all. Just like that. Here I can move these up here if I want. I can move these up here. You can rearrange these tiles to your suit. I mean, whatever you want to place them, you can do them on like that. All you do is you take your mouse, you left click, hold the left click down, and then drag it. Now, if you're using the touch feature on the screen, you just tap and then drag the tile wherever you want to go. It's the same thing. Now, I don't have a touch screen on here, so I won't be able to show you the features and stuff. Maybe one of these days I'll be able to get a touch screen and show you how to use them. So let me go ahead. I want to show you some other things. If you move your cursor to the top left-hand corner, you'll see a desktop. Now, if you move your cursor back out, it's going to show you, you can just click on that and it takes you to your desktop. If you go to the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see that it brings you back to the start. Now, the bottom one shows you the very last thing that you did. Okay? So let me go down here, click start, and here you go. You bring it back. And as you can see, my last interaction was the desktop. Now over here, if you go to the top right or the bottom right, you'll see the charm bar or the charms bar. Here you have your search, your share, the start button, the devices, and settings. Now if you click search, you can search for different things. You can search for apps. As you can see, these are all the ones on the computer. You can choose settings, like if you're trying to look for something. For instance, let's say we're trying to find control panel. As you can see, different things come up. You can choose control the computer without a mouse. You can choose privacy. This is everything that you can do, even device manager. Now let's continue. Now if you finally just type out control panel, you'll be able to see devices and printers, device manager, update device drivers, things like that. Now other things you can do, you can choose files. Now the files ain't here because control panel isn't a file. Now your settings, you'll see there's 3 types of settings in control panel. As you can see here, when you search, it shows you what it finds. It's found one app. Now if you click app, there you are. Control panel. Now if you choose settings, well, these are a couple of settings that you can choose from. Now you can also use this search bar for other things. Let me go ahead and erase that. All you have to do is select what you're wanting to search. Now you can search in your emails, you can search Internet Explorer, you can search travel, anything you want to look for. If you have music, you can click music and use this search bar and search for music. You can also do maps. If you're looking for a city or a state, type it in and it'll bring it up in the maps. You can do photos. If you have photos, you can look for photos in here. So as you can see, there's a lot of things that you can do with the search toolbar. Now let me go ahead and go back to settings. Now see, now when you click settings, here you can get your settings, you can choose about, help, permissions, you can set permissions, set rate and review, and each settings are different. This one here is for the photos. Now again, if you go to the bottom left, click start, the charms bar, and watch what happens when you click setting. Now as you can see, it changes. For each thing that you look at, the settings will change. Now you can find charms bar in the top right, or you can do it in the bottom right. And if you want to search, you just click the magnifying glass. If you want to share, you can choose this to where you can select apps and stuff that you can share. Now again, if you just want to go to start, you just click the start one, which is in the middle. Now if you also look in the lower left hand corner, you'll see the time and the date and the signals. Now this will always show up when you use the charms bar. Now you can also click on devices. Here you can do a second screen. Well, I don't have one set up, but I do have video that shows you how you can do a second screen or a second display. And devices, of course, down here you have your networking, your audio, your brightness. Now this will not always be available. Brightness is if the monitor, especially like laptops and stuff, usually you'll see this on laptops. If it's not available, it's going to be grayed out and it's going to say unavailable. You can also change your keyboard language. Now here, of course, it says it's unavailable. You can also do your power. Here's your power button. Notifications. You can have it hide for 1, 3, or 8 hours. Now, if you need to go for other settings, you can click down here for change PC settings. Now here, if you haven't activated Windows, you'll see this message come up until you do. You can do personalize, which you can lock screen, start screen, account picture. You can change all kinds of stuff here. If you have your personal account, you can change your, you can switch to a Microsoft account, which I haven't done. I'm just showing you a preview of what this software and how to move around. You can change your password. You can create a picture password, and you can create a PIN. Now, any user who has a password must enter it when waking this PC. Now, you can change that. Then it says if you change this setting, anyone wakes this PC can use it. And then you can change it back. Now here you can also add other users. Here you can add users and you can tell the account what the user is allowed to do. Notifications. Here you have everything of all the programs that have notifications, so if something comes up, it'll notify you with a little message box. Here you have the search. You can have it choose what apps you want to use for your search. You can show apps I search most often at the top, and then it'll say let Windows save my searches as future search suggestions. You can turn these on and off. You can also have Windows delete your history of all the things that you've searched. You can share. You can share apps that you most often. You can show a list of the ones that you share. You can show how many lists in there, and then it shows you how the apps that you can use to share. Currently, it's mail and people. Under General, you have your time. You can have it turned on to adjust the automatic savings time. You also have app switching. You can also delete the history. You can also do spelling, autocorrect misspelled words, highlight misspelled words, change your language, refresh your PC without affecting your files, remove everything and reinstall Windows. Now this is one that's real important. You never want to do this unless it's absolutely necessary, because you will lose everything. You also have advanced startup. Now I will show you some of these features later on in other videos. You also have privacy, which allows you to what apps can do and stuff about your location, your name, your account picture. You can also send information anonymously to Windows Store to see, places you go to and apps you use the most, so they know, what people are interested in. Here you have devices. Here I got my Acer, my backup battery, eHome infrared transceiver, which is my wireless, plus my computer has a remote control to it for my TV tuner and stuff like that. You have document writer, my TV, which is offline. This one here is coming up because there's we have a smart TV. There's two networks, and there's a TV that's connected to the network. And right now the TV is off, and so this is showing that the TV is turned off. I've got my multimedia cordless kit, which that's my USB and stuff, the optical mouse, and my storage units. Ease of access. This is the thing where you can turn narrator on, or you can set your screen to high contrast so it's easier to see things. You can also sync your settings across pages and stuff. Now this will only work if you have your computer logged on to a Microsoft account. Since I'm local, this one here will be all grayed out. Your home group. Here it's for the home network. Currently I do not have it set up. And of course you have your Windows Update. And this is all there is about the PCs. Now, if you go to the left, the bottom one is the last thing that you used. When you click on it, it brings you right back to the last app that you were using. Now, if you come down here and go up, over here on the left, it's going to show you every program that you used. These are your recent apps that you used. And then you can click on whichever one you want. And you can do this in any app. For instance, let's go back to my pictures library, which, as you can see, there's none in there. Now, if I was to go in here and go up, now my recent tabs or apps appear. I can click on desktop, and it brings up desktop. Now, if I want to, I can go to Internet Explorer and operate Internet Explorer. Go to Bing, and I will show you some of the features about Internet Explorer too. Exit out. and still you have all your recent usage. You have your recycle bin. This comes in handy. Anytime you delete a file, it goes here. Now, if you accidentally delete a file, look in the recycle bin and you'll be able to find it. In the bottom right, you have the hidden icon here, which is this little arrow. Anything, it only shows up to 4 icons. Anything more than that, it goes to this little box. You'll always have your audio, your network, your power, your action center. What this does is anytime Windows 8 detects that there's a problem, it'll always send a message here. Now, if you had a problem, it gets sent to Microsoft. They diagnose the problem. If there's a solution, it comes back. You'll find the answers under Action Center. So this is pretty much the basic of Windows 8. Now, as you can see, it looks a lot different. Right now, if you didn't see it down here in the bottom right hand corner, it looks almost like Windows 7, does it not? Now, Windows 8 does not have the start button that you normally see down here, but you have to go down here at the bottom left hand corner to find it. Windows 8.1, which I will cover later, does restore the start button. So you'll be able to see it. Now, Windows 8.1 is part of Windows 8. It's a free upgrade. Your computer will be notified. It's going to correct a lot of the issues that people were having. Plus, it's going to add new features from Windows 7 into Windows 8. As you can see here, it's a cross. I mean, if you click Start, this is like a tablet. And if you go to your desktop, it looks like Windows 7. So as you can see, Windows 8 is a cross from a tablet or a mobile device and a desktop or a laptop computer. And this is basically how you can get around if you're looking for something. Now, you can also access the control panel. If you click Start, here's your start screen. Now, one of the best ways to find control panel is you can go to Start or go to Desktop. When you go to the bottom left hand corner, you'll notice that Start pops up. Instead of left clicking, right click it with the mouse and you'll see this menu come up. Here you can do programs and features, mobility center, power options, system, device manager, all kinds of things. This is a sub menu, and then here you can find control panel. As you can see here, it's much like Windows 7. If you up here, you can see the view by. You can choose category. Now, most of you, this is what you'll see. This is a category. Now, if you want to see all of them, just change the view by up here and change it to category. You can choose large icons or you can choose small icons. And as you can see here, you have everything. And this is basically how you maneuver around Windows 8. If you need the Internet Explorer, you can click the big E here on the desktop. It'll bring up Internet Explorer. You have the folder looking icon. This brings up your libraries. If you click Start, you'll notice, I'm going to show you here, by clicking Internet Explorer, it's so much different. Now, I'm going to show you some of the cool things that you can do with Internet Explorer. There's 2 versions. You've got this one here, which is run by the Start page. As you can see down here, it's got new things. If you right click, you can show the tabs that you're running. You can exit tabs. As you can see here, this is my ES Repairs homepage or channel page on YouTube. And I've got some messages I want to go through. Now let's go ahead and go back to Start. You got your mail. You can sign in. You can also set these up manually, which I will show you later on. And that's pretty much all there is. I mean, you can add tiles. You can choose, if you right click the background, you'll see all apps. And these are every single app that's on your current computer. If you need something, you can go here to Control Panel. Go to Computer. If you click on Computer, if you've used Windows 7, this is what it looks like. And as you can see, it shows all your storage devices. You can open everything up. Go to your downloads. Go to recent places. Go to your libraries. Now you can also shrink it to where you can see everything on there if you got more than one. Now you can also right click, choose all apps, and as you can see, you can find everything. And it's all categorized, like Windows Accessories, you got Windows Ease of Access, you got Windows System, and you got Windows Explorer. You click on that, there you go, you can find up all your libraries. Control Panel, default programs. If you need help and support, when you right click it, you can also choose what you want to do. Here I'm going to pin it to my start page, so I'm going to the bottom left hand corner. Now it's pinned to the start page. As you can see, right here it is. If you don't want it, you can go back. You can open the location. You can open a new window. You can pin to transfer, or you can unpin it from start. So let's unpin it, and there you go. It's removed. These are just some of the simple things that you can do. As time goes on, I'm going to show you all the different things that you can do with Windows 8 and how you can use it to your advantage. And most of you will probably be used to this. This is your desktop screen. And anybody that's used Windows 7, this ought to look familiar with you. The only difference is you just don't have that start button down there no more. Well, I'm your host, MrFixit. I hope this video was informative. And if you have any other questions pertaining to Windows 8 or any other of my other videos or ES Repairs videos, feel free to comment on the video or send us a message. You have a great weekend, and thank you for watching the video.